The last thing I want to say is that, I think that there really has to be some political and economic and also professional consequences to people who do not serve us, who do not serve our communities, who do not recognize us as full human beings, who do not give us the justice that we deserve, because, our feet have been planted on this soil for over 350 years, and we have just as many rights as they do. And so until they treat us as fully human beings, as they are, we have to hold them accountable. And we have to hold them accountable, as Malcolm said, by any means necessary.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I was going to say, I think Dr. Sean disagrees with that.
I disagree with that. Because again, white people have become a fetish. We fetishize white people so much that even when we talk about the validation of our own humanity, the discussion becomes about them seeing our humanity. The reason I'm so big on us being careful about our means and our methods is to track our own humanity, to make sure that we, in the midst of this fight, remain human, that we don't become the very people or the very whatever the hell they are, that we don't become like that we track our own humanity so that after the victory comes, we can go home and still know how to love, still know how to be kind and decent to each other. Because all Black life is not public. We still have private lives and private relationships, and we have to be able to function and not be absolutely crazy. And if our means are handed over, our methods are handed over completely. That's why I'm so, I'm not trying to hear it tonight. Although I respect everything you're saying, is because I'm concerned about policing, for lack of a better word, tracking our humanity to make sure we remain human, make sure we remain able to reach ourselves. And it goes exactly what you said, Byron, about Josh, about how even without seeing his face, you can hear his humanity in his voice. You can hear the kind of human being that he is. And not only do I join with you wanting to protect that and preserve that, but I also want to make sure that as we fight for his rights, that we do it in a way that honors who he is. So let's do this. Unless anybody wants to clap back at that.
Well, I do want to say, when you talk about our humanity, Dr. Sean, it is very human to be angry. It's very human to be hurt. It's very human to want to seek justice.
I agree.
By any means sometimes. So all of that is human.
I agree. It is human to be angry. It is human to be frustrated. It is, of course, human to want justice. I don't deny that at all. What I'm saying is this. I'm not denying the humanity of those tendencies or those sensibilities. I'm saying we have to track our humanity to make sure that we can access it either during the fight or after the fight is over. If we hand ourselves over to everything that makes us human, we will ultimately not be human when it's all over. There's some things about us we got to be careful about. We got to be careful that we don't hand this struggle completely over to our frustrations and our angers in such a way that there's nothing retrievable about us that we can use to build the world that we want to live in.
What's your suggestion?
I just feel like, what you're saying, I think is not attainable. I mean, we have every right to express the full range of our emotions, just like any other people on planet Earth.
Of course.
And if we are constantly being violated, if our bodies are constantly being, hurt, harmed, wounded, right? We have every right to express the full range of our emotions. And, when I talk to Black men, and I'm in several different groups of Black men who've been sort of processing and deconstructing what's going on, getting in tune with our feelings, our human feelings, trying to cope with all of the things that have been going on for the past 3 months, from the pandemic to these, the recent murders that we've seen on video. Brothers are angry, brothers are mad, brothers are upset. And yes, we have to be able to harness that anger in a very productive way, but we also have to give brothers the space to express their rage and express their anger. I don't think I think that it's possible to do that, but to also allow the people who are steeped in the work of organizing, of working within these, police systems, to do the work that they have been doing long before this pandemic, long before the social unrest, and to support them in doing the work of changing the criminal justice system in ways that are much more that treat us in a more humane way.
Dr. Sean, what is your answer then? I'm curious to know.
Well, to be honest with you, well, first let me respond to Byron, then I'll try to answer your question. I don't disagree with a lot of what you just said, by the way. I do agree that we need to express the full range of our humanity and all. I totally agree with that. All I'm saying is this. If we stop there, if we stop at anger, if that becomes the fulfillment of the thing, if that becomes the nadir and the height of it, right? And if what we're trying to achieve is grounded and rooted in that, then that is as dysfunctional as a Black man who only knows how to express anger. That kind of Black man is the kind of Black man who doesn't know how to treat a woman, doesn't know how to treat his kids. We need the full range. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying our protest can't stop with the anger and frustration. It has to express the range of it.
I never said that it should stop there. I never said that.
Oh, I didn't suggest that you said that. I'm suggesting that it doesn't happen. Now to Tammi Mac's question, you're gonna be very disappointed because I don't think I have an answer. I'm playing my role. I saw your face, Brooke.
I was like, come on.
I'm playing my role.
We're about to click you off altogether.
in this conversation, I'm doing what a philosopher should do when there's crisis in the village. Is to ask critical questions and to raise certain principles and standards. I don't claim to have the answers, but I will ask the hard questions, and I will push back on just the, I don't want to be pejorative, but just the knee-jerk reaction, because I'm angry too. Don't think I'm not pissed off.
This is not a knee-jerk reaction, though, Dr. Sean. That's offensive to say that what's happening today is a knee-jerk reaction. Do you realize this has been going on in this country for centuries?
The problem is not a knee-jerk situation.
No, I'm talking about the response as well.
To me, the response is somewhat knee-jerk. Because
I think
there are better ways. There are better ways for us to demonstrate and to show our frustration and anger that I think would have much more of a profound impact.
But you won't tell us what they are.
Well,
and I think that's because, and I'm sorry, I don't want to put words into your mouth, Dr. Sean, but I think that we're all processing this in real time. All of us are processing this in real time, and everybody is processing and then exporting in different ways. So people are expressing their anger in ways that some of us don't necessarily agree with, and then some of us are processing our anger and our rage and our disappointment and frustration in ways that are more cerebral. We need both of those in order to attack this issue.
I agree with that.
I'm glad you
I also think we're focusing on the negative.
And we shouldn't be angry at each other if we're not on the same exact page, because guess what? If we all thought the same way, what kind of world would that be either? I think it's good to have these conversations, and we should stop arguing and fussing with each other if we're not exactly on the same page. Because I see people arguing that we're on the same side. And we, and like I said, I think the solution is somewhere in the middle. I don't have a solution either, but it's somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? And
we're talking, but this is a huge conundrum. It's a huge conundrum.
It is.
And it's been said over and over again that we've been dealing with this for centuries. And so, the problem is that we're confronting, we are up against a massive, massive system, white supremacy, that refuses to die. Right. So the question is, how do you slay this dragon, to use a violent metaphor? How do you attack white supremacy and all of its systems, right, with all of its tentacles, in a way that is going to serve all of humanity, including Black and brown people who have been in this country for centuries?